we look at general solutions of trigonometric equations in this video. So we have a bunch of standard formulae right here which are projected on your screen, so you can pause the video and take them down. So the ones who've not watched our video on particular solutions of trigonometric ratios, the link is going to come up in the screen. Please watch that video and then come back here, because there'll be certain things which you will find a little difficult to understand, which I have discussed in the previous video there. Okay, so now I'll just help you understand the formula here very quickly. So you have sine x equal to sine alpha. If your equation is of this form, then the solution is going to be x equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to n alpha. Alpha is a number. Alpha is actually an angle which will be known to you. X is the unknown. Okay. Similar way for cos x equal to cos alpha, this will be the solution. Tan x equal to tan alpha, this will be the solution. Right. So cos x, so for in these two formula, they are pretty much the same. Only thing is you have an integral multiple. This is an even multiple of pi. Okay, that's one way to remember. And for cos you have plus or minus, for tan you have plus. Now for sine square x equal to sine square alpha, cos square x equal to cos square alpha, tan square x equal to tan square alpha. They have the same solution, which is x equal to n pi plus or minus alpha. Okay, so this I don't think will be much of a problem for you to remember. Now these are some special cases that for which the solutions are given here. So for sin x equal to 0 and tan x equal to 0, solution is the same, n pi. For cos x equal to 0, the solution is odd multiple of pi by 2. 2n plus 1 will always give you an odd multiple. That is something that you can check out. Now we'll straight away get into a bunch of problems. I've already solved these problems. Actually what I've done is I recorded a video, but the video went on up till 42 minutes. So then I thought, okay, it's good that I've written it down. So what I'll be showing you is the sums which I've already solved. I'll explain to you step by step, and I will of course show you some problems where you can pause the video and solve it, write it down, take your time. Okay, fine. Now let's move to the problems. First one. So please follow the pointer which is there on the screen. You will not don't go ahead of the pointer, you may get confused. Alright, let's begin with sin x equal to root 3 by 2. Okay, the protocol is the same as we were doing in the previous problem in the first step here, that is to identify for which angle sine ratio is root 3 by 2. Now sine is for sine pi by 3, it is root 3 by 2. Okay, so we write since sine pi by 3 equal to root 3 by 2. Since our right hand sides are equal, left hand sides will also be equal. So sine x equal to sine pi by 3. If you can see here, I've written this expression in red. It is just for you to correlate. Sine x equal to sine alpha. Okay, alpha in our case is pi by 3. So the general solution for sine x equal to sine alpha is x equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to n alpha. Alpha in our case is pi by 3. Okay, so you can write the statement also for n belonging to the set of integers. The symbol stands for the set of integers. So I hope you understood how to solve this problem. Okay, no allied angles and all those things here, because we are not finding particular solutions. We already have a formula for general solutions. We just need to identify what is alpha and substitute. Okay, now let's take tan x equal to 1 upon root 3 and tan x equal to 1 upon root 3. Same protocol, for which angle tan ratio is 1 upon root 3. It is pi by 6. So tan pi by 6 is 1 upon root 3. Again, left hand sides will be equal, since right hand sides are equal. Therefore tan x equal to tan pi by 6. It is of the form tan x equal to tan alpha. Okay, as you can see, alpha is pi by 6. So our general solution for an equation of this form, tan x equal to tan alpha, is n pi plus alpha. Just substitute for alpha. Okay, it is that simple. Alright, so it becomes x equal to n pi plus pi by 6. Of course you can solve this. So x equal to, you will get 6n pi plus pi the whole upon 6. So therefore x equal to 6n plus 1 times pi by 6. So you can solve it and put this get the solution till here and put it in a box. Alright, so this is the solution of the equation tan x equal to 1 upon root 3. So you can summarize your answers like this, especially when it comes to the exam point of view. Okay, now let's move to the next one, that is wait, I think I'm not able to project the entire page. Alright, now it works. So cos x equal to 1 upon root 2. Okay, cos x equal to 1 upon root 2. Again, same protocol. You need to identify for which angle the cos ratio will be 1 upon root 2. So we find that it is pi by 4. You write it in this form. Okay, cos x equal to cos alpha. So pi by 4 is alpha in our case, and we take this general solution from our equation that you have. X equal to 2n pi plus or minus pi by 4. Okay. You can go ahead and write it in this form. I mean, you can simplify. Since you have plus or minus, you take the plus part and the minus part separately and solve it out. Now, the proof for these formulae, I forgot to mention, is already there in your textbooks. You can go through it. That's not really the scope of this video. That's why I have not done the proofs here. Okay, so in case if you need it, you can, if you want me to do a video on that, so you can just put it in the comment section. I will do a video on that if you want. Now let's move on to the next problem. Now we'll take a bunch of negative values. How do we deal with problems when we have a negative sign anywhere around in the equation? So you have cos x equal to minus half. Okay, so again, the way we did it in particular solutions, put the minus sign out, write the number inside the bracket, and try to find out for which angle cosine ratio is this value, which is half. It is cos pi by 3. Okay, cos pi by 3 is half. So we substitute half with cos pi by 3. Now we cannot straight away use our standard our trigonometric function solution, trigonometric equation solution here, because you have a minus sign. We kind of have to get rid of this minus sign. So we bring in our allied angle concepts. Okay, so I've brushed up with the allied angle concepts in the particular solution video. If you've not watched it, again I'm telling you, please go through that video. Now we have cos x equal to cos minus cos pi by 3. Okay, now the cosine of an angle will be negative when the angle is in the second quadrant or the third quadrant. Now we know, by logic, we know that angle in the second quadrant is a smaller angle compared to angle in the third quadrant. So we take the angle in the second quadrant. That we can take it as a rule of thumb for solving these problems. So cosine is negative for the angle in the second quadrant, and that angle can be described as pi minus pi by 3. Okay, so cos pi minus pi by 3 is going to give me minus cos pi by 3. So if you solve this, you will get 2 pi by 3. Now it is of the form cos x equal to cos alpha. Cos x equal to cos alpha. Here you couldn't use that because of the minus sign. So now you just take our general solution. Instead of alpha, you write 2 pi by 3. So with that, the problem gets done. Okay, the same way. Now this problem is slightly not that different, but you have cot x equal to minus 1 upon root 3. Remember, you can go with the same with cot, but at the end you'll have to convert it into tan in order to get the general solution. So we are doing it before. Cot x can be written as 1 upon tan x, which is equal to minus 1 upon root 3. Ratios are equal, so you take invertendo. Again, put the minus sign out. You have root 3 inside. Now for which angle tan ratio is root 3? Pi by 3. So tan pi by 3 is root 3. We substitute root 3 with tan pi by 3. So we have tan x equal to minus tan pi by 3. Okay. Now tan is negative when the angle is in second quadrant or the fourth quadrant. So which angle are we going to take? We are going to take the angle which is in the second quadrant. So that is pi minus pi by 3. So tan pi minus pi by 3 will give me minus tan pi by 3. So therefore I'll get tan x equal to tan 2 pi by 3. Alpha in my case, in this case, is going to be 2 pi by 3. Alright, so x equal to n pi plus alpha. So again you can solve it and you will get this solution. Okay. Now with this problem, again I won't in detail explain this problem. Of course I'll show it to you. As I said, pause the video for each problems so that you can write them down and then follow the explanation. Okay, so here the only difference here is you have sec x plus root 2. So as a rule of thumb with equations, you are aware of this: keep variables on one side, numbers on the other side. Always remember this fact. Okay, your whole problem solving process becomes way more simpler with that. So we take sec x plus root 2 equal to 0. Root 2 is taken on the other side, you will have minus root 2. Sec x is converted to the cos x form. So 1 upon cos x equal to minus root 2. Invertendo, you will get cos x equal to minus 1 upon root 2. And the rest of the problem follows with the way it was in the previous case. So I hope this problem so far is clear till here. From here to here, as you see, cosine is going to be negative when the angle is in second or third quadrant. So we take the second quadrant angle, which is pi minus pi by 4. Okay, so cos pi minus pi by 4 is minus cos pi by 4. You will get cos 3 pi by 4. So alpha in our case is 3 pi by 4. So you will have cos x equal to cos alpha. Okay, alpha in our case is 3 pi by 4. So the general solution of that is x equal to 2n pi plus or minus alpha is 3 pi by 4. Okay, great. So let's move on to the next bunch of problems. So let's look at this problem here on the screen. Sine 4x equal to root 3 by 2. Now please don't get scared by this coefficient 4 which is there with x. Alright, just treat this problem the way you've been treating the problem so far. Only difference is now you have a coefficient which is more than 1. So right now you have 4x. Okay, the problem proceeds in the same way. You identify for which angle you have for which angle sine ratio is root 3 by 2. Okay, that we've identified, it is pi by 3. So you'll have sine 4x equal to sine pi by 3. Now please pay attention to what I'll be telling you. This is of the form sine x equal to sine alpha. What is the solution of this red equation? It is x equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to n alpha. Okay, this we are aware of it. But we have 4x, sine 4x equal to sine pi by 3. So let's try to correlate. Alpha is pi by 3. X for us is 4x. Okay, it is 4x. The coefficient of x is 4. So that is very much part of our discussion right now. So when we write our solutions, what will happen? Here the coefficient of x was 1. So the coefficient of x appeared here as 1. If it is 4, it is going to be 4x. Okay, so you take this as it is. So 4x is equal to n pi plus or minus, plus minus 1 raised to n times pi by 3. Okay, so what happens to this 4? You bring it to the other side, you get the solution in this format. So I hope you understood this. So you correlate and check. Alpha is pi by 3, x for us is 4x. So we take 4x as it is. Just don't take x, that solution is going to be wrong. Many people make a mistake here. Okay, they don't take the coefficient of x, but we have to. Okay, that is part of our solution. Okay, so I hope you've understood this section. Let's tackle this problem now. Tan 3x equal to minus 1. Again, as you can see, don't get scared with this coefficient of x. It can be 10x, it can be 20x, it can be 100, 1000, 9736x. Doesn't matter what is the coefficient. We go ahead with the same protocol. So you have the minus sign out. Okay. Same way, for which angle will I have the tan ratio as 1? Pi by 4. Okay, so you write tan 3x equal to minus tan pi by 4. So we need to kind of get rid of this minus sign. We use the allied angles. So tan is going to be negative in second and fourth quadrant. In the second quadrant, angle is the smallest. So we take pi minus pi by 4. So tan pi minus pi by 4 will give me minus tan pi by 4. Okay. So when you solve this out, you will get tan 3 pi by 4 here. So again, this is of the form tan x equal to tan alpha. Okay. Alpha for us is 3 pi by 4. X for us is 3x. So you have to take 3x as it is. Okay. So 3x will be equal to n pi plus alpha which is 3 pi by 4. Now I have divided throughout by x. Throughout by 3. I'm sorry. throughout by 3. Okay, so 3 and 3 will get cancelled. I'll have x here, it's going to be n pi by 3 plus 3 pi upon 3 times 4. So those 3 and 3 will get cancelled. I'll have pi by 4. Pi being common, I get this solution. So I hope you've understood all the problems, the 8 problems which I've discussed so far. Okay, now we'll move on to a next. So 3 more problems left, and after that you will be very much you'll be very much comfortable with working with the worksheet problems which is there in the description. Okay, now let's take problems of this type. Sine square x equal to sine square alpha types, cos square x equal to cos square alpha types, and tan square x equal to tan square alpha types. So let's take this one. Sine square 4 times sine square x equal to 3. So as I said, again I'm repeating, keep variables on one side, numbers on the other side. Okay, that is exactly what I've done. Now if you notice here, already you have a sine square x here. That means intuitively it should hit you that you will have sine square alpha on this side. How will I obtain that? This 3 upon 4 can be written as root 3 upon 2 the whole square. Okay, if you take a square root, you'll get this. Okay, now root 3 by 2 can be represented by a trigonometric function, which is sine pi by 3. Okay, it can be represented by a trigonometric relation here, which is sine pi by 3. So you take a square, you will have sine square x equal to sine square pi by 3, which is of the form sine square x equal to sine square alpha. Okay, so again straightforward substitutions. Alpha in our case is pi by 3. So our standard formula is x equal to n pi plus or minus pi by 3. Okay, it was n pi plus or minus alpha. Alpha in our case is pi by 3. Okay, the same way I have solved this problem here on this side. You can pause the video, go through it. Alright, so if you've understood the discussion so far, you will get a feel of how to go about with these kinds of problems. Now there are 2 such problems which will be slightly new for you all, and I will discuss that in detail very quickly. Now this is our question: cos 3x equal to sine 2x. Now here in no ways this fits any of the standard equations. Okay, everywhere you had sin x equal to sin alpha, cos x equal to cos alpha, tan x equal to tan alpha, but here you have cos 3x equal to sin 2x. Now I will have to somehow convert this sin to cos. So which kind of allied angles I'll have to use? Allied angles where I have multiples of pi by 2. Okay, so cos pi by 2 plus theta is sin theta. Correct. Now what is theta in our case? 2x. So it's going to be cos pi by 2 plus 2x, which will give me sin 2x. Okay, so what have I done? I have got something of the form cos x equal to cos alpha. So I hope you've understood this step. When I take multiples of pi by 2, cos becomes sin, sin becomes cos, tan becomes cot, cot becomes tan. Okay, so again that's something which is from allied angles that you need to remember. So I could have done the same thing on the left hand side. In fact, I could have converted this cos to sin. How? It could have been of this form: sin pi by 2 plus 3x equal to sin 2x. Okay, I could have gone ahead with the same form. You can of course try to find the solution from here on by yourself. Just see if you will get the same answers. Okay, so that is something that you can take as a personal exercise. Alright, so I hope you understood these conversions here. Now coming back to the problem here, this is cos x equal to cos alpha. X for us is 3x, alpha for us is pi by 2 plus 2x. So I have just substituted that. X equal to 2n pi plus or minus alpha. X for us was 3x, alpha was pi by 2 plus 2x. Now why have I separated them out? Because I have plus or minus. So I'll have to solve them separately. First by taking plus here, I'm just circling it for you, and minus. Okay, so these are simple algebraic steps which are there. So again you can pause the video, go through it. So I hope you've understood how this problem has panned out. Okay, now let's look at the last problem of this video. this is an interesting one. Cos x plus sin x equal to 1. Now as you can see here, I have multiplied the entire equation by 1 upon root 2. Why have I done that? Because 1 upon root 2 is the only value for which both the sine ratio and cos ratio are equal. What am I saying here? I'll just write somewhere here. Sine pi by 4 is equal to cos pi by 4, which is equal to 1 upon root 2. Okay, so sine pi by 4 is equal to cos pi by 4, which is 1 upon root 2. Okay, so that is why I have multiplied throughout by 1 upon root 2. Okay, simply to bring in the compound angle aspect here, because this equation is not that easy to solve. Okay, if I push the sin x here, it will become cos x equal to 1 minus sin x. Again, difficult to solve that. So I have multiplied throughout by 1 upon root 2. So this is the hint. When you have a problem like this, you can multiply it by 1 upon root 2, and it's a perfect scapegoat for us to go ahead and get the problem solved. So 1 upon root 2 can be written as cos pi by 4. 1 upon root 2 can be written as sin pi by 4. So you'll have cos pi by 4 cos x plus sin pi by 4 sin x equal to 1 upon root 2. Now of course you would ask, can I write this as sin pi by 4? Yes, you can. Okay, you can. You will get a different compound angle. That's the only difference. This is of the form cos A cos B plus sin A sin B, which is cos A minus B. Okay, and the problem goes on from there. This again is of the form cos x equal to cos alpha. So I hope you will be able to correlate and get it. So towards the end, what I have done is, why have I separated them? Because I have plus or minus. So first I take the plus case, and then I'll take the minus case and solve it out. So these are the two answers which you will essentially get. Okay, so please go through the worksheet link which is put up in the description. Solve those problems out. If you have any doubts, please do not hesitate to get in touch with me. Thank you.